Good day, good morning, evening, I don't know. When you're watching this, this is the internet. I wanted to be outside because it's a very, very warm day. I believe it is about, I don't know, let's see. It is 40 degrees right now, 39 actually. So it is 39 degrees and I'm a lizard. I do very much love these temperatures. And I had to do a video for other YouTube. And I figured I don't want to be inside. I don't want to be in the AC unit because Oslo's inside is way too hot to be here. And so I figured I'm just gonna do it outside on my patio. So welcome to another point of view of my place that I own, my patio, where I have a chair that just goes down like this, you know, so if I want to sleep under the sun, which I often do, I just come here. Today I just wanted to talk about things I've learned. I know I've done some things similar recently, but I do like to do these things. I feel like these are things that we need to do more often in terms of, I don't know, we learn things every day. So why not talk about these things? It is quicker informations as well. So sometimes, I don't know, maybe you'll be able to get some sort of nuggets inside of that will make sense for you, and then you can move on to your day. Who knows? Maybe you do want to listen to all of it. That'd be nice. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Okay, good. Yeah, if you want to listen to all of it, sit down, relax, enjoy the sun and that heat wave wherever you are. Hopefully it's warm where you are. So things I've learned, I wrote them down because I don't have that type of memory. So I wrote them down. First, reps don't matter as much as getting close to failure. So for a long period of time into my working out journey, I was into counting my reps, doing 8 to 12 or 10 or whatever it was. And I still do that. Mind you, I still build my programs and my workouts with a amount of rep that matters. 6 being more in strength, 5 and down, 8 to 12 being more in hypertrophy and all, and 9, 15 and up being more in endurance, you know? But I've also realized that if I do a 12 rep or 10 and I'm not near failure, it does not matter. It has no point. I should always be at a RPE, rate of perceived exertion, of 8 and up. So if I'm doing a 10 reps and I get to 10 and I stop and I'm simply, all right, 1, 2, 9, 10. You know, and I move on to my next exercise, it did nothing. I need to get to my 10 at a rep max or close to rep max capacity. This is where everything happens. So the amount of reps that you have to do counts, but it does not matter as much as being close to failure. 2, I should have gone all in sooner. This, YouTube, the internet, my social media thing, I was so not into doing these things when I first started. I was shy, I guess. I was. People were more judgy maybe, or I felt like they were more judgy. I was in a different situation at the time. I would meet people and people would comment on what I was doing, and that made me kind of shy. I would post about once every maybe 10 days, 2 weeks, honestly. I would not do YouTube. I would not post anywhere. Every time I would do a video, it was a bit, I don't know, I felt cringy kind of thing. And I regret that because I feel like I, in a lot of ways, missed the boat, because when I started, it was at a good point for YouTube. It was at a good point for social media where just by posting you would grow, and it was simple. Now it's a bit different. Algorithm's different, everything's different. But yeah, I just started doing that way too late, and I kind of regret that. I don't know where the business would be. Maybe it would be anywhere different. That's not the point. I mean, everyone has its journey, and that was mine. But if I had trusted myself first, I bet I would be someplace else, and that wouldn't be too bad, you know? So trust yourself, and if you're still wondering, should I do this, should I do that, should I go all in on that, do it. Because you're gonna end up doing it anyway, but then maybe 5 years later, and maybe you're too late, quote unquote. 3, I trusted myself too late. It kind of relates to number 2. When I started, I was very much like, you want to build muscle, 8 to 12 reps. You want to do this, do that. You know, I was very much into not having my personality being into all of these things for a longer time. I remember I was 26, 27, and there was only one person who knew that I liked superheroes. And I got a cake for my birthday with superheroes on it, and I got shy. I was like, oh my God, now some people know I like superheroes. And I was very shy about that and all, and I felt kind of ashamed in a way. And I shouldn't have, you know, it's like, well, I like it. It's fun. You know, you want to put, you know, Hulk, that's awesome, right? Now it is. So it took me a long time to go about that and to trust myself and to be more out there and to have that confidence and to talk about what I like. Being hated now, I don't care, you know, getting shit comments, I don't care. So I should have trusted myself, you know, much sooner. And this is kind of relates to number 2, but still in a bit of a different thing. Number 2 is just that I started too late. But if I had started at the time and trusted myself at the time and being myself at the time and talking about Vegeta and superheroes and all of that, you know, yeah, everything, I mean, I think everything would just like be a bit different today. You'll see that these things kind of relate to each other. We're building a story here, you know. Being authentic didn't come naturally. You know, talking like this, you know, when I just go into these little voices and do these weird stuff. This is just how I am. This is just me. I'm not anyone. I'm apart from myself. And that did not come naturally. Do not go back and watch they weren't French anyway, so if you speak French, you can do that. But I did videos way back when. They were like 3-minute videos, and you can see my first live I did was awful. It was awful. I felt like I was reading out of a script, right? And in my first live, I tried to be myself. I tried to talk about Goku and circumcompensation and all of these things, and I didn't feel too nice about that. Yeah, it felt weird, but it was my authentic self. I was just not used to display it. So I had to very much work on that to be very authentic and very who I am. If you talk to my clients, this is how I am. I'm with that with my clients as well. You know, I talk like this. I do these stuff. I joke. I talk. The name of the workouts that I use have superheroes names in them and all of that. So yeah, authenticity. I didn't come naturally. Had to work on it. I mean, I'm still working on it. It's still sometimes hard, you know, as an introvert. But yeah, be authentic. Very important. 5, tracking nutrition. Changed everything. My phone is overheating. Oh my God. Yeah, and I am as well. You might see me start to sweat. Don't bother. I'm just gonna do that. I'm not flexing. Maybe I am. Who knows? But it's very warm, and I want to have a good tan. Anyway, so tracking nutrition seems like forever. I think it took about 8 to 10 years in my fitness journey to start tracking nutrition. And when I did, I saw the most amount of change in my body. I was younger then. I didn't care about nutrition for my 18 years to my 26, 25, 26-ish. I was just working out for the sake of working out. And it did change. I mean, it did work in a way. My workouts did change my body. You know, I went from 135 to 150 something pounds, and I stayed there for a while. I had a bit more fat, less lean at 150. If I were to go down to 150 right now, I'd be like 0.1% body fat. When I decided, let me track my calories, let me increase my protein, let me look at that aspect of things, it just like exploded. It got me from 150 something to I don't know, 175, I think. So yeah, track your calories, guys. If you still think it doesn't matter, it does. Most program fails because of no feedback loop. Here's the thing. I have programs online. They're available. You can download them. They're in the description. You can have access to anything you want. The superhero chest, the superhero arm, the 7 days to your superhero startup, whatever. The new schedule that I have with my new program. They are all available. And yet, one person out of 1,000, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on that, will do it. 1 out of 1,000 will do it. 999 of them will just be like, oh, this is cool. They'll download it. And they will never open even the PDF. They will never try the first workout. It is what it is. The reason behind it, and this is also why I don't do programs anymore. I don't do simple programs. So don't come at me with like, can you build me a program? No. The only way I can build a program is through coaching. The reason behind that is that you have check-ins, you have calls, you have accountability, you have me 24/7 in your pocket, workouts, all of this. And this is where I've seen my clients succeed, accountability. And this is why most programs nowadays fail, because they are not built on accountability, because trainers like me want to be outside in the sun, do nothing while they sell programs. And I understand that. I would wish I could do that, but I can't because this is not how I'm built. I'm built on accountability. So this is what I want to provide. So accountability, guys, you need that. And I'm inside. My camera crashed because of the heat. So basically the heat got to my memory card and my camera was just like, we're not doing that. 40 degrees for me is too much. So it shut down and my phone was overheating too. So here I am inside to finish this video. And where was I? Yes, saying no is a superpower. I was a yes man and I still am in some capacity. I used to say yes every single time someone would ask me basically anything. Can you do this? Can we be there? Can you do that? And by constantly saying yes and never saying like, no, I'm sorry, or I can't, or whatever, basically no. People would abuse of my time, and it did happen as a coach as well. I would say yes to a lot of things as a coach to help people. Can I move the time? Can I do this? Can we change that? Blah, 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 blah. And I would say, sure, of course, I'm here to help. And then my time would not get valued, and I would waste time and money and all of that. I got stolen. I got money stolen from me from saying yes to things. So yeah, start to trust yourself, say no. People will respect your time much more if you say, and your boundaries, if you say, no, I'm sorry, this is not how that works, this is this, right? Say no, learn to say that. Maybe you're good at it, I work on it on a daily basis. NEAT matters more than cardio. NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, what I'm doing right now, I'm moving when I talk, right? When I get up, I walk Oslo. This is the NEAT. It's not really much cardio. I'm walking the dog, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I don't count my walking as an exercise. I don't count going up and down the stairs as an exercise. When you work and you work standing up, you're burning a bit more calories when you're seated. In terms of burning calories in your day, the NEAT is the biggest thing you can do. You can go for a run, burn 400 calories, but then if you lay on the couch and do nothing, it might as well, just not run and walk and do stuff across the room. So the NEAT is the most important thing if you're looking at burning calories and losing fat. Last 5 reps are where growth happens. It relates back to training to failure. When you think you're done, when you think it was your last rep, you're not done. You still have 4, 5 in you. How do I know that? I do that on a daily basis. I work out, and then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this was it. I'm done. And then I remind myself to not stop there, and I keep at it, and then I have like 4 more, 5, 6. Sometimes I train a client and I haven't seen him like in a week or 2 or whatever. I'm like, just as a reminder, what's the weight to use for the bench press, for example? And they're like, 40. I'm like, okay. And it's 40 for 10 or whatever it is. And then they go like 10. I'm like, 1 more. I'm like, okay. 11, 1 more. 12, 1 more. And then we end up at like 18. I'm like, well, you're working out way too light, you know? So if we had stopped at 10, it was basically useless. You always have more reps in you than you think. And the last 5 that you are doing, the first ones, all of the first one before that were just preparing you for that important moment in your muscle growth journey. The scale lies if you don't track other data. I have clients who see their weight not move as much. That happens, you know, we're building muscle, we're losing fat. So sometimes your scale will lie. So often we look at progress picture, before and after, or we look at measurements, arms, chest, legs, hips, waist, all these measurements. Because sometimes, yeah, you're going to end up looking at a scale for about a month and the scale tells you nothing. But then we look at the pictures like, well, dude, you have more shoulders now, you have less waist, we see the abs and all of this. So if you don't track anything else than just your weight, you might get depressed at some point. So track more data than that. See your measurements, look at the progress picture, look at body fat, water intake, all these kind of stuff, because it's going to tell you more things. Skipping sleep kills progress faster than skipping workouts. I did a blog back when we had blogs, and it was when in doubt, sleep. So the thing is, sleep is the most important thing you can do. Not gonna lie. People say that food is 80% of the progress. In a way, not 80, because I would say that sleep is about that amount. If you don't sleep well, if sleep is a problem, you'll have a lot of things to kind of counter, because sleep is the most important thing when it comes to recovery, and building recovery is the most important thing. So make sure that you sleep well. You can track your sleep now with many things. And if you are overly tired and you have a workout to do and you have to get up at 5 in the morning to do that workout, don't. Sleep. This is why at the beginning of the year I tried to work out around 5 a.m. in the morning. I thought it would be more efficient. I would work out from 5 to 6, 5 to 6:30-ish. Turns out I did that for about a month because it was screwing up with my sleep. So I figured, let's not do that. My sleep is more important. No pain, no gain. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not really in pain anymore. I'm not sore. I don't overtrain. Nothing is that crazy. It's not like I'm grinding in the gym, like dying under the weight. I try to work out as efficiently as I can. I try to push myself in the gym. But the next day, when my food is right, my sleep is good, my stress is low, I'm not in pain, I'm fine, and I go do my other workout. Turns out, I grow. I keep growing. I keep losing fat, I keep building muscle. So no pain, no gain is a lie. You don't need pain. There's no perfect moment. Let me say that again. There's no perfect moment. And again, there's no perfect moment. So the thing is, and that happens a lot, and that happened last week, actually. I still have to do a follow-up on that person. I get a call with someone who was busy. Who's not busy, right? Everyone's busy. You probably have skipped video anyway at this point because you're busy. You don't have to listen to me. You're busy. You have other stuff to do, and I get it. And so the person tells me like, yes, I want that. This is going to help me. I'm like, great, awesome. Let's start the onboarding process. So we started the onboarding process. We started everything. I'm like, book your call for early next week because it was on a Friday. But I was just like, yeah, book your call on like either Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and then we're gonna get that. And then nothing really happens, and then I'm like, to Monday, don't see him. Tuesday, don't see him. I'm like, I'm gonna do a quick follow-up. Hey, everything all right? And then Wednesday, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just have things to figure out first. I'm like, okay, like what? Oh, time. My schedule. I'm like, this is why you have me. This is why I'm here, to figure that out. We're going to figure that out. If you wait to have time, I will see you never. It's not gonna happen, guys. Time don't magically appear because somehow you woke up and you were like, I want abs, and then the universe was like, you want abs? Let me give you more time. You are a chosen one. You now have 26 hours in a day while everyone has 24. You're welcome. No, that's not how it goes. You need to prioritize it. Time is a bitch, so you need to figure that out. So if you wait for the perfect moment, I'm waiting for the perfect moment to start because I don't have time. This is the most one. I used time because it's the one I hear the most. Well, you're not gonna do it. So just stop waiting. Start. What are you doing? You know, I'm busy, you're busy, everyone's busy. It's just, you know, prioritize. Stop one thing that makes less sense than your health. And then, oh, wow, we have time now. Prioritize. Start saying no. If you say no to more stuff, well, time just kind of appears on its own. Anyway, guys, I did not want that video to be like a 30-minute lecture. So I want to keep it short and sweet. And those are the main things. I have other stuff that I've learned, obviously, but these are the main ones I believe that came to mind at the time. So if there's some that you have yourself, well, you can comment them below. Other than that, there are programs, there are stuff you can download if you want. I have them available, but again, if you don't do it, it doesn't matter, right? So if you download something, do it, or don't bother downloading it. If you have downloaded a bunch of stuff from me in the past and you still haven't done anything and your weight is still the same and everything is still the same, I think it's time you book a call. And I think it's time we start on something. So let me know. Other than that, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you soon.